Oh, hello everyone. Oh, that was a rush tonight. So I haven't really checked the quiz today, so I'm a bit tense. I had a little check a bit earlier. Wanted to do it just before we came on, and I pressed the wrong button and it started the loading screen. So never mind. We'll see what happens. It might be 3 questions long, but you know we're all here for banter, aren't we? That's what we're here for. So anyway, happy Friday, everyone. It's time for another February quiz. I've got people asking me how to get onto the YouTube channel, including my mum, who's literally seen every quiz I've done, which is very strange. So anyway, I'm going to start tonight. I know Paul's got a very special beer for the quiz, but I'm starting with a nice Jute. It's a session IPA, 4.2%. Nice and hazy, nice and juicy. Let's get on with it. Yeah, so we'll be starting in about 13-14 minutes. So anyone you think you might get him interested in the quiz, let them know and get him on board, because we've got, I'd say, one of my best and most varied quizzes of all time. I really think it is. A load of picture rounds, some brand new trivia rounds as well. My mum's managed to find my YouTube channel. Well, thank goodness for that. Hello, Justina. How are you? So, yeah, we are here for another February quiz. 50 questions, all complete and utter nonsense, most of them. But, you know, should be enjoyable nonetheless. Paul, his beer is okay, but it's no Purple Monkey dishwasher, which is the beer he had yesterday, which was very interesting. Shouldn't have any trouble from the main man, Ralph, tonight, because he's been on the beach and he literally can't move. I've got Charlotte here moving around on a chair because she thought it'd be better to sit on a chair with wheels that swings rather than a beanbag, because, of course, that'll make less noise. Okay, so if you need the code for tonight, it's 847649. That's 847649. I will type it in the comments for people who just can't listen. Just pop it there. I'm just going to send the quiz to a few other people because I have to do this every time. But, you know, I don't mind. It is what it is, isn't it? Charlotte's fine. She's high up and therefore not in the screen because she decided she wants to go on a computer chair rather than where she normally sits. But there you go. So we have 6 still, just 6 on the quiz, 6 on the stream, but we've still got 11 minutes left before we all start. How's your week been? You know, let's have a taste of this salt beer. Oh. I don't think salt have ever made a bad beer, if I'm being honest. That's absolutely gorgeous, smooth as silk. I don't know what that means, Mum. So yeah, just remind me. I've had a few people maybe drop out because they thought it was 8 o'clock, but I did put it was 8:30 many times. So oh, there we go. We're getting some numbers in now. So we got 9 on the stream. Who's in here with me? Like she and you say, I don't know what you're talking about, Mum. Right. So we've got 7 logged into myquiz.org already. The code you want is 847649. And yeah, I think, as I say, my best quiz ever, if I'm being honest. So yeah, invite anyone you can to enjoy what will probably be a quiz that will never be beaten because it is that good. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it too. How many beers in are we? This is my first beer, Jack. First beer of the evening. It's a Salt Jute IPA. Hello, Vic. How are you? Evening, Julian. They're all coming in now. All the locals, as I say, joining in. If you wonder why she's high up, as I say for the 3rd time, she's decided to sit on a very noisy swinging chair rather than the normal chair she sits on because she thinks that'll make more sense. And she is fuming with me. What are you eating, Charlotte? Yogurt. Lovely creamy yogurt just before bedtime. Video game round. Yes, there is a video game round. We have massive issues. The Spilsby Herdman's internet is struggling.
Operation Wolf.
Remember Chase? No, I do not. No. Jack is 3 in terms of beers. Well done, Jack. Loving that. ZX Spectrum. Well, my first computer. Well, my dad had a Commodore 64, and then I had an Amiga 500 Plus. That was my first one. So I never had a Spectrum. I was a little bit before my time, but not much really. Paul has found obviously a joke book full of mime jokes, which I'm not going to say incredibly unfunny because that's not kind, but they're not great. So yeah, video game round. We've got a James Bond round by special request. We have a crisp round. Yeah, we have a film poster round. We have a round all about the natural world, which I'm really excited about. We have a round all about social media, which I'm less excited about. But all in all, I think my best and most varied quiz of all time. And considering it's another February quiz after I've only done one 2 weeks ago, I'm going great guns, if I'm being honest.
And those who don't work with you, you did one last night.
Oh, and yeah, I did a live quiz last night at my place of work. Actually, yeah, in person, in the flesh, which went, a small but perfectly formed group, and I think it went really well. So yeah, it was a good night. Paul's got a joke for us. When I worked in a record store a few years ago, the manager told me to dispose of all the James Brown and Aretha Franklin LPs. I felt it was soul destroying. Jesus. Right, so we got 13 on the stream. We got 12 already logged in on myquiz.org. No respect at all. Very good. He's doubled down on that joke, which very good. So already 13 logged in on myquiz.org. 13 on the stream. 12 on the stream. Sorry. So it's going well, but we want to pump those numbers up. So if you know anyone who fancies half an hour or an hour of being annoyed by me, just send them the link and then we'll see how we go. But anyway, so here we go. I decided not to do the half hour live stream before the quiz because I literally ran out of things to say by about 8:10 last time, which didn't go well. So the person I don't do the quiz for until 8:30 has joined, so that's good news. Evening, Dan. When my Uncle Frank died, he wanted his remains to be buried in his favourite beer mug. His last wish was to have a Frankenstein on his headstone. Very good, Paul. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So, yeah, for those who are just joining us, we've got 14 on the stream now, 13 logged into myquiz.org. Still 6 minutes to go. It's a Salt Jute Session IPA, 4.2%, hazy, juicy, and absolutely lovely. As Sarah says, I want to just pop that up here near the moon because then I won't keep putting my arm in shot. Very unprofessional of me because I'm pretty big in the YouTube world show, so I'd probably not be doing that. So we've already got over 15. This is good news. So we're looking at a mid-range quiz at the moment, but as I say, I think there's still time for people to join. We got 5 more minutes until I actually have to start or can start. I always can leave it a little bit longer. But yeah, really varied quiz tonight. And by special request, as I say, a James Bond round. So Paul's got a good feeling about tonight. Can't do any worse than last time, so that's good. Yeah, whatever. You'll beat my mum, who couldn't find my YouTube channel today. I can't actually believe that. I've been doing this now for nearly 3 years. Nearly 3 years I've been doing this.
It said at the top 55 quizzes you've done.
55 quizzes?
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
missed us. Not sure what you mean there, but yes, Vic, yeah, it's a nice moon, isn't it? Lovely moon. Oh yeah, I did miss you last. I get it. I missed you last time, Dan. Yeah, I know there was a slight time difference in where you were, so I know it's quite difficult to get on it. But I still haven't done one in the pub yet. Well, I'm not sure if the pub would allow me to do that, Helen, because they might do. They might just think I'm some strange chap in the corner, which I am in most pubs I go into. But you know, quite yeah. It's quite odd. Yeah, the round times. Thank you very much, Julie. You haven't seen them yet. And as I said, I meant to. It's been quite a rush because we realised about 7:15 we didn't have any crisps in the house for later on, which is a massive faux pas. But then we got to Tesco to find said crisps, and there wasn't anything decent, so might as well not bother. But I did pick up 2 very special beers, which I might be having one of later in the quiz. But yeah, I wanted what's happened to the £1 big bag of crisps? They're all like 135, 145 now. I'm not going off for that. I might, what I might do is just have a little walk down to local Spar after and see if I can get some of those lovely, those horrible onion rings. They're a bit soggy. I like them a lot. All those burger bites. Yeah, outrageous it is. Or I could go across the road for some prawn cocktail swirls. So. There's a whole evening.
The weird news agents will be.
Oh yes, it will be. Yeah, but yeah, there's a whole evening ahead of us. Why let myself be guided by Tesco? These outrageous people. Space Traders, Julian. Well, even they're not cheap anymore. I mean, they used to be like 10p a pack. Well, you're looking at 25p a pack now. But I might. Oh, Sarah's put her phone on loud. We've got a teenager in the room. Jack Bartley Doritos only £2 in my co-op. I know. I want a £1 bag of cool original Doritos. That's all I want. And you can't get them. Why are they more? Why does a pack of crisps cost more now than it did like 10 years ago? I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. The Wainfleet Herdmans have joined. They have ridden the wave of bad internet and Wainfleet phone signal, and they are with us on YouTube. Hello and well done for keep going. We got 21 on the quiz, so we're nearly at last week's numbers already. Considering I know I've got a few regulars out tonight, there's some good numbers. So I'm just checking my phone one more time, and I think we are nearly ready to go. And we'll give everyone about 2 more minutes, and then we'll get on. Less crisps, more airlies as well. That brings me to another point. I did find a pack of £1 crisps, Julian, which were Hula Hoops flavour rings. Now, I love a flavour ring, especially the salt and vinegar ones, which they're so vinegary, they make your eyes pop. These are spicy ones. And I picked them up and thought, oh, yeah, I'll give them a go. Even though spicy crisps lead to a rough morning for me, I just can't resist them. So I picked them up. They're just nothing there. 90 grams for £1. They're back down on the shelf. They're just not worth it. So it's a very disappointing trip to Tesco all round. I did. Oh, and you know what I said about Ralph being absolutely knackered after his beach? He's up and asking to play with the ball. Excellent work from Ralph. He literally never stops. So yeah, he's up and awake. So we got 21 on the quiz. We got 17 on the stream. I'd say slightly down on last week's numbers, but we're pretty much nearly there. Leave the pizza. Well, I like the pizza flavored Doritos, Julian. I don't know which ones you've had. The pepperoni ones, not so great. The triple cheese ones, they're banging.
Yeah, but Kaylee.
Oh, there's Sarah. I don't know if she'll go into shot tonight because she's been working hard in a warehouse. I'm not a bit tired. Well, it says all users 21, Jeb, but I don't worry about it. You're not the one whose ego will be bruised by the lack of quiz users. So I think we're all on. I'm gonna use my Casio watch right there to time a minute, and then we'll get started, just in case there's a few late comers. Casio is pretty good actually. It's got all the modern features you'd expect. Stopwatch, tells what date is, and this one is actually it's got multi-band 6, which means it uses satellites and it can tell me when the tide's going to come in. So because I'm pretty big in the surfing world, I need to know that. Tiredness is not a reason not to drink. Well, she is drinking, she's just tired. It is a classic watch. It's got like a negative display, and then we're going to turn this awful camera on this Chromebook, but you can see, look,
I'm also in branded merchandise.
Yeah,
so
if anyone wants to join my Patreon page, which I don't have, and lend me like 300 quid for a new Chromebook, that would be really, really good. Yeah, there is a G-Shock, Julian. I got it second hand. Some people might think that's a bit gross, but I gave it a quick wipe with a wet wipe. It's mine again now. Oh, we've got someone asking. Who are you, Ben? Like that. Right, shall we get going? Because I'm waffling like an idiot. Okay. Where did you drop the bit? So Jack Bartley was wanting to set up a Discord for people who drink along with the Bournemouth quiz, and so they can see what I'm drinking. So I reckon we haven't done that because I don't know what a Discord is. So what I'd like you to do, Jack, is whack it on my event page on Facebook. The one we set up for every quiz I do. And then what Sarah will do is tell me when a new picture comes on there, and we'll have a look what you're drinking. So anyway, let's get on with this. We'll start in 10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yes, I want to start. Okay.
3,
Why does it say that?
2,
Are you sure? Yes. Okay. In which James Bond film did these villains appear? Is it A View to a Kill, GoldenEye, License to Kill, or Moonraker?
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
chewing along.
I see Tommy Tank Jr. has joined us once again after one of the first. I think she was only joined for the first time last week, so that's good to see. Nearly at 20. Oh, we got 20 people on the quiz, on 21, I think. That is View to a Kill. That's 55% of you. That's Christopher Walken, of course, who took on Roger Moore in Roger Moore's final James Bond film. We need it. I'm worried about doing intermissions, if I'm quite honest, because the pause button is right near the stop button. And what happens if I press the wrong one? We got 25 seconds between each question. I think we're going to be all right. Okay, name the crisp. Look at these great rounds. Is that a French fry? Is it a chipstick, or is it a Monster Munch? Is it French fry, chipstick, or Monster Munch? Oh, I love that. Absolutely lovely. That is a French fry. As 60% of you knew that is a French fry. And I can see there's quite a lot of people who know their crisps and also know their James Bond. So that's good. So anyway, that's the name the crisp round. There'll be them and the James Bond picture rounds interspersed throughout the quiz, and they aren't the only picture rounds during this quiz. There are more. Okay, here we go. So, in which year did Facebook launch? Was it 2007, 2004, 2006, or 2003? So, for this one, we have got the social media round. Because I'm massive all over social media, right? So this is a social media round. In what year did Facebook launch? Paul had an interview as a camouflage expert last week. Didn't turn up and I got the job. Actually, really good. So in which year did Facebook launch? It launched in 2004, as 30% of you knew, and we have a new leader at the top of the leaderboard, a very tight leaderboard, all the way down to 10th, covered by 8 points. And the big news is that my mum is in the top 10 after 3 questions. So yeah, Facebook launched in 2004. Yeah, it is 2004, isn't it? I'm double guessing myself now. Oh dear, Alan's just joining us. I guess it is. Just check. Which early social network was bought by ITV in 2005 for 120 million? Was it Friends Reunited? Was it Bebo? Was it Dig? Or was it Friendster? I love Friendster. I was massive on Friendster. Multi. Well, that's the formalities out of the way. Oh my God, I've just got it. Oh, Paul, that's awful. It's Friends United is 52.4% of you dead. One person, and that one person, if you could tell me who you are, you get 5 bonus points. Put Friendster. You know, I'm pretty sure I made that one up. I might not have, though. Because I had a pretty big Friendster account. Loads of followers. Charlotte, you know what time it is?
What?
You know what time it is?
There. I think you should put it over there.
Well, I know, but can I have a beer?
Okay.
Which image-based social network was bought by Facebook for $1 billion? Is it Flickr, Pinterest, Instagram, or Tumblr? As I was affectionately rubbing my parrot's chest, she said, "Who's a pretty they then? It was political correctness. Oh my god, I can't. I just. Right. Anyway, so the image-based social network built by Facebook for 1 billion. Right, that's better. Was Instagram as 86.4% of you said. Right, Paul, I'm not doing the joke for that. It was, I've had one beer. I could hardly get my tongue around that one. But I was wondering how to get rid of a load of rubbish. Says Paul. Any tips? Oh, well, that is a better joke. Yeah, so Alan's missed the first 4 questions. Ralph just bought me a ball, which is very kind of him, which he's now put under the telly, which means the telly might go for a burn. It's all right, we sorted it. As of 2018, what's the maximum number of characters you can use in a tweet? Because it did change in 2018. Is it 120? Is it 280? Is it 240? Or is it 100? Oh, I tell you what. 22 on the quiz now. People joining during the quiz. It's never a good tactic, but it might work. You never know. It's 280, and one person put that, and now I'm second guessing myself. Oh God, no. One plate. 1 minute. It is 280. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'll tell you what, a bit on edge today. But one person, well done for getting it right. One person got that right, is 280. Which social networking site was created first? Is it LiveJournal, Facebook, MyFace? I like MyFace. MySpace or Friends Reunited? My wife must be the slowest reader ever. I bought her a Kindle last Christmas and she still hasn't finished it.
That's
awful.
dreadful.
That's awful. I just did a great job in finding my wallet. It had been left outside all day in the rain. Credit where credit is due. So the social networking site that was created first was LiveJournal. Yeah, LiveJournal. It's still on the go today. One person knew that. It's still on the go today. It was founded in 1999. Facebook was 2004. MySpace was 2001. I think Friends Reunited was 2000. Something like that. Anyway, here we go. Next question coming up. Which social media platform has the most users? WhatsApp is a social media platform. YouTube is as well. So before you argue about that one, Twitter, or is it Facebook? I've run out of crucifixes, hoping I don't run into any vampires. Fingers crossed.
Dad.
So continue on the journey of just beers that I love and I just drink all the time. I've got a Brewdog Punk IPA next, a little cheeky 5.4%. So
And the
just starting slowly tonight.
is Facebook, as 23.8% of you said.
So yeah, Facebook was the first to breach 1 billion users, and is currently nearly 3 billion. It's currently at nearly 3 billion. So I reckon, last count of the world's population, that's nearly half the world's on it, which is a bit insane, really, isn't it? Maybe we're up to 8 billion, I don't know, but still, a high proportion of the world is on Facebook, which is mental. This little alien is the mascot for which social media platform? Is it Blogger, Tumblr, Reddit, or Pinterest? You see, I reckon this is a really good quiz. I've changed up the picture rounds. I put picture rounds within rounds. It's good. Dying on the line, says Jack. Don't know what that means. Oh, here we go. That little alien you can see there is from Reddit, as nearly all of you got. 86.4% of you. Well done, all of you. And I will give you your top 10. Sorry, Charlotte. I know I'm supposed to be letting you do that bit. And I'll give you your top 10 after this next question. So we're just going to do top 10 after every 10. And I'm going to try and actually do it this tonight because we've got a very tight leaderboard, which is always very exciting. Okay, so next question, question number 10. Name the crisp. Is that a Pringle? Is that a Disco? Or is it a prawn cracker? After a morning meeting, the boss told me to have a nice day, so I went home. Oh, dear. So I'm going to let you say the answer, and then I'm going to run down the top 10. Is that all right?
Okay.
Charlotte is here. I've probably mentioned several times that she's on a high chair.
And the answer is Discos, as
Disco. 77.3, Charlotte. So in 10th is someone with a load of asterisks for a name, so I don't know who that is. 9th is Helen. 8th is Foxes Over Canaries, so I can know who that is. 7th is Kaz. 6th is Simona. 5th is Churchill. 4th is Mark Demon. 3rd is Tommy Tank. 2nd is Tommy Tank Jr. And 1st are the Wainfleet Herdmans with his head and a very cool profile picture. And is that noise you can hear in the background is Ralph. In which James Bond did this villain appear? This film, James Bond film, I should say, did this villain appear? Is that The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day, Tomorrow Never Dies, or is it The Living Daylights?
In which
The
James...
Living... Oh, don't sing, Richard. So who is that?
You're not getting this put your drink next to you.
No.
In which James Bond film did this? No, it's fine.
It's Die Another Day, as 45.5% of you said, so nearly half of you got that right. That is Gustav Graves, who changed his whole face using some procedure and became some crazy diamond miner, which was actually a massive cover-up for some evil laser he was making in the Eden Project. It was all very complicated, but it had a pretty cool invisible car, so who really cares? Yeah, that's Die Another Day. So here we go, the natural world. Bit of conservation as well in this. More than 70% of our planet is covered by the ocean. But do you know what percentage of the ocean is designated as protected? He plays a good Captain Flint. Oh, does he? I tell you what, people have a go about Punk. Say it's lost it. It's still a lovely beer. Yeah, only 4% of the ocean is actually designated as protected. I think when I last looked, it actually got gone up to nearly 5 or 6%, but it is really low. And you know that is a massive issue, really, isn't it? So, yeah, 4% of our ocean is designated as protected. Mental.
What does designated protected mean?
Jack said Brewdog themselves lost it a while ago. Well, they did, but if you go to one of their pubs, it's still really delicious. What's the largest species of dolphin? And I'm going to get people having a go at the end of this question. I know it. Is it a bottlenose dolphin? Is it an Amazon River dolphin? Is it an orca? Or is it a spinner dolphin?
Sorry.
No more, please. The largest species of dolphin is an orca, actually otherwise known as a killer whale. So yeah, that is actually a species of dolphin, and I'm glad most of you got that. Oh, wrong can. I'm glad most of you got that because now you can't have a go. It's not a whale, Jack. An orca is a dolphin. Look it up because I didn't believe it when I saw the answer to that one, and it is. So there you go.
Fishes.
Can you name this fish found in the waters of,
No, say it. Just say it as it said. Spell.
Indonesia.
Indonesia, in other words. Well, yeah, what's again a pitch round within a real round. I mean, this quiz is off the chain this week. And considering I had to write 2 quizzes this week, I think I've done really well. If I do say so myself. What's the name?
Who can't see?
Yeah, what's the name of this fish? If you sat this side, you might be able to see. It's a frogfish, as 18.2% of you said. My mum was clearly left the top 10. I'm shocked by that. I've just won a lifetime supply of Marmite, said Paul. Just the one jar. Well, you see, that is a good joke, but one jar lasts a week in my house. Okay, how much does a kingfisher need to eat each day? Is it a quarter of its body weight? So this is to survive, obviously. Is it half of its body weight? Or is it its own body weight? So its own body weight in food, half of its body weight in food, or a quarter of its body weight in food. G. I don't know who G is, but I'm glad they've joined. And also there's people just a load of asterisks. I like them. It is half of it. No, it is half of its body weight as how many percent said?
31.8.
You know, if you were sitting there, you could see. So yeah, no, don't use that. Just pedal the chair around.
No, you're annoyed by the chair.
No, the chair's fine. It's your positioning that's the issue. Oh my god. Mum's got 35. Well, you're not doing too bad then, Mum. What covers 1/3 of the land's surface and helps to keep our planet healthy by storing carbon and producing oxygen? So, I like this round. It's a bit actual education. Is it forests, deserts, grasslands, or swamps? Why is it not a killer dolphin? Answered Julian Thrasher. I don't know why it's called a killer whale, but it's definitely part of the dolphin family. Look it up. This is off the WWF website and not the wrestling one. And it is forests at 61.9%, if you said. So nearly 2/3 if you got that one right. And we're almost about to the top 10 again. We've got a leaderboard with, 3 or 4 runaway people, but still the top 10 only separated by 20 points. Right, I've got a joke here from Michelle. I'm just going to read it out. It's come through on my phone. Let me just find it. You can read the question if you like.
Okay.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the idiot. Knock. Who is there? Chicken.
Standing at 176 centimeters,
Really good.
which of these
Really
is
good.
the tallest flying bird in the world? Albatross, black stork,
Andean.
Andean condor, or
Sarus crane.
Sarus crane?
Nearly said them all by the time the answer came up. What's the answer?
And the answer is Sarus crane, as 71.4% of you said. And you know why
Also,
that
Jack
is?
says, I complimented sort of Brewdog for the first time in years yesterday, but I said more bars need their big, clear light box menu of beers. I don't know what that means. It's with a heavy heart I have to announce the death of the inventor of the cast iron pacemaker. That's very good. That's a nice crane, says Ash.
Which of these collective noun for what is the collective noun for giraffes? Tower, column, herd, gang.
Gang. So what is a collective noun for a giraffe? Is it a tower, a column, a herd, or a gang?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you are right, Jack. To be fair, I'm drinking this now, and it's not. I mean, compared to that Sol, same price, there's not much flavour in it, if you're being honest. If it's not a column, says Jack, it's a tower. It's a tower of giraffes, which I think is hilarious.
23.8%. I get it now.
The top 10 still separated by just over 20 points. The top 5 separated by about 10 points. So, yeah, very tight still, near the top. Okay, next question coming up. I think we're nearly there at the end of the wildlife round then, but I've enjoyed the wildlife round, something different. No, we aren't at the end. Whose poo is this? Is that a panda poo, a koala poo, a Bengal tiger poo, or an alligator poo? Now look at the poo and think about what that animal eats, and maybe that'll give you an idea. But what a question! One of my favourite questions of all time. Whose poo is this?
I do like that there's somebody holding it. It's not. It's a panda's poo.
Oh, I like that.
71.4%
That's not wine. I'm just
of you
drinking that
said.
cider. The panda poos. Now listen to this. The panda poos 40 times a day. That's only one more than me. Me and Leah have cleaned out a panda enclosure. Oh, so I'm hoping you know what poo that is, Paul. So yeah, they poo 40 times a day. I mean, that's literally crazy. Whose poo is this? Is that a jellyfish poo? Is that a penguin poo? Is it a polar bear poo? Or is it an Arctic fox poo? Whose poo is this? What around, hey? I bet you never thought we'd do Whose Poo Is This. When I announced it at work today to someone that's a poo round, they thought I actually might be putting my own poo on there. And I said, no, I'm not that weird. I'm pretty weird, but I'm not that weird. And
the answer is polar bear's poo, as 14.3% of you said.
So the polar bear poo is often slick, like oil. It's nice, isn't it? So I initially did that question and put all the other answers as animals that live in the desert or in the rainforest. And Adam said, you can't really do that, mate, because it's got snow on the picture. I said, oh, yeah, best change the old questions there. I don't know what jellyfish. That's obviously why no one chose jellyfish. Okay. What's crisp is this? What's great English?
Scampi
Richard?
fries, Monster Munch, or a knick-knack?
Okay, give you a top 10 while you're answering that in 10th is Will You Have a Cup of Tea? 9th is Team Thrasher. 8th is Deb. 7th is Jack B. 6th is Kaz. 5th is Simona. The Painfleet Herdsmans with a Z have fallen down slightly to 4th. In 3rd is Tommy Tank Jr. In 2nd is Tommy Tank. And in 1st is many a time a winner. It's Mark Demon. I have seen a polar bear in the wild poo too, says Paul. What a life you've lived.
Answer is a knick-knack, as 81.3% 81% of you said.
So 81% of you said that was a knick-knack. Scampi fries, if you didn't know or never had a scampi fry, they're delicious. You might think, well, they look a bit like fries. Might choose a scampi fry. That's why I put that question down there. And the answer there of scampi fries isn't scampi fries. Scampi fries is actually square, which doesn't make much sense. Why would a scampi fry be square? Weird.
Really?
In which James Bond film did this villain appear?
License to Kill, The Living Daylights, Casino Royale, or Live and Let Die.
Yeah, so that's Benicio del Toro, one of his very first roles in the excellent, and I won't say any more because I don't give you the answer, but the excellent
James Bond film. That is the... And the answer is License to Kill, as 38.1% of you said.
Yeah, so 38.1% of you said that. That was the second of the Timothy Dalton era of films. Unfortunately, only did 2. The very first James Bond film to be ever over a 12 rated, or PG, I think at the time. This was a 15 film. Actually pretty brutal at times, but excellent film. License to Kill. If you haven't seen it, get it watched. Absolutely brilliant James Bond film. Okay, here's Jack Bartley, and I expect you to run up the leaderboard like a crazy, like a what was it? A panda with their 40 poos a day. The perpetually busy ghosts in the Pac-Man series are named Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and is it Dinky, Clyde, or Blue? So, ever played Pac-Man? Of course you play Pac-Man. You got those ghosts going around, and the names are Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, as 52.4% of you said. And we have a very, very tight leaderboard. This is getting very exciting. 18 points cover the top 10, and only 10 points cover the top 5. The Wainfleet Herdmans haven't scored many points recently. I don't know if their internet's gone again. They haven't texted me, so I assume they're still with us. But Jack Bartley, did you get that one right? I think you did. So what video game company developed Frogger in 1981? Is it Capcom, Konami, or Nintendo? That isn't the frog from Frogger. That was just the frog I got when I typed in frog to myquiz.org, choose a picture, because I didn't have time to find a picture of Frogger. If anyone's to suggest why have you put a picture that's not Frogger, that's why.
And the answer is
Konami, as
66.7% of you said.
Can't be Capcom, ain't it Capcom?
Capcom.
All right, what I've done there, I've misnamed that because Capcom are the people who come in to our work at Butlins sometimes, whereas Capcom are the video game company. Thank you, Jack. But you know what? It wasn't the right answer anyway, so stop moaning. What was Sonic the Hedgehog's original name? Is it Fast Blue Hedgehog? Was it Colin? Was it Mr. Needlemouse? Or was it Steve?
Steve. I do like Steve.
Julian, stop backing him up. You're supposed to be my mate. I don't need this.
Caroline knows who Capcom are.
And the answer is...
Who is it?
Mr. Needlemouse, as 19%.
Yeah, Mr. Needlemouse. I mean, wouldn't it be better if you've just been called Mr. Needlemouse? Hey, man, you got the new Needlemouse game? Yeah, man, it's pretty decent. I play Mr. Needlemouse. But yeah, I'm glad that many people thought it was Colin or Steve. Steve. You got Steve too? Nah, it's rubbish. UK versions of FIFA 2001 were on a smell the pitch, scratch and sniff disc. No, they weren't, were they? Is that true or false? Did you have that game, FIFA 2001? I think I did. My thoughts go out to Rick Astley at this difficult time, says Paul. Lent has always been proved to be a difficult time for him. FIFA 2003 was Jack's only FIFA.
And the answer is true. The game disc has a spell scratch and sniff feature physically on the disc that, when scratched, will make it smell like the turf of a soccer field. Both this and Gran Turismo 2 were on the PlayStation games to include a scratch and sniff disc.
Yeah, I actually had GT2, and yeah, it did. It had a scratch and sniff smell like burning rubber or something. The two lead characters of The Last of Us Part 2 were Abby and
Ellie, Sarah, or Joel.
That's terrible. Can't imagine Jim Carrey signing up for the Mr. Needlemouse movie. I can actually see Jim Carrey being more on board with Mr. Needlemouse. Let's be honest. You know, and it's actually quite zany, right up his street.
And the
Actually, so I
answer
think you're wrong there.
is Ellie, as 57.1% of you said.
So yeah, 7.1% if you got that bang on, it is Ellie. So in the second one, Joel isn't in it too much. He is in, of course, the first one a lot. You control him for most of the game. But that's what part 2 was Abby and Ellie. No, Jack Bartley also had FIFA 97.
Well done.
Which video game are the characters Nathan Drake, Elena Fresher, and Chloe Fraser from? Churchill is in very quick. Jack Bartley, he's shooting up the leaderboard, but he's not exactly flying up the leaderboard. Our resident winner is, of course, leading the way, Mark Damon. But you never know. He might not enjoy what other rounds have we got coming up? I can't actually remember. Oh, Who Am I? So they are from Uncharted as
76.2% of you said.
And after saying that, Jack Bartley has entered the top 3. Well done, Jack. Apparently, according to my phone, it's about to rain.
Oh, it's lasting for 20
Buying a new chainsaw
minutes.
for a great price. It's a steal. Oh my. What is the hardest rock to break in Minecraft? And I promise you, this is the last video game question. Is it ancient filth? I hope it is.
Diamond.
Is it diamond or is it obsidian?
Obsidian. I don't know.
Question for Adam.
Wash out and tinny, please.
Okay. One moment then. Let me say the answer.
The hardest rock
And the
to
answer
break in Minecraft is
obsidian, as 90.5% of you said.
Okay, so here we go. Top 10. Here we go. Churchill is 10th. 9th is Charlotte's evil twin Carlot. In 8th is Tommy Tank Jr. In 7th is a load of asterisks. In 6th is Foxes over Canaries. In 5th is the Waynfleet Hermans where they've come back online. In 4th is Kaz. 3rd is Jack Bartley on 94 points. 2nd is Tommy Tank, 95 points. Mark Demon, 102 points. The leaderboard has closed up. Here we go. Name the crisp. Now, this is an hard one. Look at that. That could be anything. You might say, Richard, you could literally pick any of them, and it could be any of them. But I've taken it off our website. If the website's lying, then I'm lying. Is that a kettle chip? Is that Golden Wonder? Or is it Walker's? You tell me. Literally, this is ridiculous. It could be any of them. It could be any of them. It's a stupid question. Jack says B or C. Well, it could be. But it could be A. Who knows? Kettle chip's a bit thicker, though, aren't they? It is B. It is Golden Wonders. That's 38 points. What a stupid question. That's 38.1% of you said. Connection's been fine. We've just been rubbish as the Hermans. Yes, with skin, says Jack. Yeah, so more black little bits on them, isn't there? But yeah, so Jack has entered the top 2. So he said he'd be up the leaderboard, and here he is. Name the crisp. Clearly a favourite of Jack's. Okay, so in which James Bond film did this villain appear? It's more of a recent one. Is it Skyfall, Spectre, or is it The Great? And I think vastly underrated Quantum of Solace. Oh, what we got now? Charlotte's bringing all the small ones through that are quite cheap, but they're still nice beers. They're just not beers. Do you know what I mean? Mum loves the crisp round. I hope she's got them all right so far. I very much doubt it. I can't find my glass.
Charlotte's pushing it down.
That is Skyfall. There he is. Yeah, Skyfall is 52.4. Yeah, there. Thank you, Sarah. You don't want to get us kicked off again. So it's still a very tight leaderboard. 30 points cover the top 10, but only 17 points cover the top 3. So still anyone's game, especially when it comes to the top 10. So Paul says, can't believe it's Pancake Day today. That's something just crept up on him. So here we go. The Who Am I round. I was born in Liverpool in 1940 and died in 1980. My first band was called The Quarrymen. In 2002, a BBC poll of the 100 greatest Britons ranked me 8th. Is that George Harrison, Billy Preston, John Lennon, or is it Ray Davis? Disco Sushi coming in there quickly. Ralph just licking Sarah's face over there. It's John Lennon. 61.9% of you said. Well done to 2/3 of you there. Of course it is John Lennon. George Harrison, it is not. No. And Billy Davis, he's a lead singer of the Kinks. Oh, my goodness, that smells lovely.
Billy
today.
Preston's into him, Daddy. Mixed Ray
Can you
Davis.
get me a tissue?
Billy Preston.
I've got a bit of a snotty nose. I just know that. Jack's lacking the Beatles knowledge. I know, it's disgraceful. Jack's posted a beer in the Facebook, Sarah, just so you know. I was born in Brighton in 78 and was a child model. I modelled for a clothing line at age 13, and I later became a page 3 model. I've been married 3 times, appeared on a reality TV show, and applied to represent the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest in 2005. Who am I? Am I Melinda Messenger? Am I Katie Price? Am I Jodie Marsh? Or am I Samantha Fox? So do you want,
And the answer is Katie Price, as 57.1% of you said.
So if Mark Damon is running away with it, if I'm being honest, but from 2nd to 5th, covered by 8 points. 2nd to 6th, I should say. Second all the way to 10th is covered by 15 points. So a very exciting leaderboard. Just getting closer and closer. Mark Damon he just loves these quizzes. I was born in Ulm in Germany in 1876. In 1895, I moved to Switzerland to study, and in 1921, I won the Nobel Peace Prize for Physics. I immigrated to the USA in 1933. Who am I? Is it Albert Einstein, Klaus Hasselmann, Wolfgang Kettel, or Peter Grunberg? So here we go. We have got from Jack, who's posted in the Facebook group, his beer, and it's called Hoppiness. Hoppiness, quite clever. And it's got a picture of Loch Ness on there. It looks as flat as a pancake, if I'm honest, Jack. I like that I'm on your big telly, though. It's Albert Einstein. I do like that. You literally put me on the telly. But yeah, how's it taste? Love to know. It looks grim.
Is that a tiny rebel glass?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I didn't tell you what I had, did I? Let's grab that. I've
that's
got
not a
it's Goose Island, and it's Juicy Future, which is a hazy IPA, tropical and orangey.
Oh no,
Who
that's
am I?
Brewdog.
I was born in
Is it a
Honolulu,
Brewdog glass?
Hawaii in 1961. I'm a graduate of Columbia University, Harvard Law School. I ran for the United States Senate in 2004. Is it Grover Cleveland, Ulysses S. Grant, Bill Clinton, or Barack Obama? So yeah, Goose Island, Juicy Future. I've had this before actually, but you can pick it up in Heron. I think there's 4 cans for $2.99, and it's actually really nice.
And the answer is Barack Obama. I'm sorry.
Obama.
Just the one
Barack
person
Obama.
thinking that
There's 90.
Bill Clinton was born in Hawaii. I mean, who knows? You don't know, do you? If you don't, they're only easy if you know them. That's what I say. To that person, I say, well done. But Paul's just joined a book club for drinkers. First up is Tequila Mockingbird. One of my children is named after a fruit. My ex-husband never shuts up about yellow, and my recent Netflix documentary was a load of old goop. Who am I? Is it Gwyneth Paltrow, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michelle Pfeiffer, or Sandra Bullock? Now, I've seen Michelle Pfeiffer. What did I say? Piper. I've seen Goop. It's rude. Don't watch it. Bumped into a hitchhiking Dalek on the M5. I said, "Where are you going?" He replied, "Exeter, mate." Oh my God, that's awful.
What's me replying to Joe?
90.5% of you said Gwyneth Paltrow, and 90.5% of you were correct. I ate my last piece of Stilton yesterday, and then had a feeling it will be pouring rain today. It is. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. These are awful. Okay, next question coming up in the Who Am I round, which I have to really talk really quite quick for. If I'm traveling the world with my chef pals, I'll find you a first date to become your partner for life. There you go. Is that Gina DeCampo? Is it Fred Siriax? Is it Gordon Ramsay or Ainsley Harriott? Let me know how you think about this quiz so far. I think it's been quite different. Yeah, that is. I think it's been quite a different quiz in terms of questions.
And
I hope you. I already drank the Hoppiness, which is superior.
Oh, what was the other one?
On the beer in the glass is BBNO 32 Pilsner. Ooh.
Fred as 81 point nothing.
81% of you said knew it was Fred Siriax, who travelled the world, of course, with Gina DeCampo and Gordon Ramsay, and is the heads the show First Dates, which I really like. And I don't know if there's a new series or not, but I'm gonna maybe binge a couple of episodes tonight while not eating crisps because I ain't got any. I may not be around anymore, but my classic disguise as a Scottish nanny will always make people smile. Is that Roger Moore, Robbie Coltrane, Sean Connery, or Robin Williams? Yeah. If you're in Heron, Hoppy Futures is actually really decent.
There we go, Dad.
Juicy delicious. I mean, if I'm
And the
Gonna mark-
answer is Robin Williams as 90.5 centimeters.
if I'm going to mark the beers so far tonight, I'd probably give first one, the salt one, smooth, delicious, absolute banger in terms of quality and value. Probably an 8. Punk IPA. My God, Sarah's on fire. Punk IPA, I'd probably give a 6 or a 5. It's a bit average these days. Juicy Futures, it's right there an 8 again. In which James Bond film did this villain appear? Is that Spectre? The World Is Not Enough, You Only Live Twice, or Doctor No? You can see that I put, did these villains appear? Because I wanted to. For God's sake.
It was Siri.
Right. You don't need that. So it's because I tried to get a picture of both villains from this film and I couldn't. But I forgot to change the question. So I do apologise, but not really. The World Is Not Enough. Yes, that is. Oh, goodness, what is his name? What is it? I've been told I look like him a bit, but I don't really at all. But what is his name? It's totally gone. It's totally gone. If someone could tell me his name, that'd be great. Is The World Is Not Enough? A chap who had a bullet in his head and therefore couldn't feel pain. I don't know how that works, but it's James Bond, so I'm pretty sure there was no plot holes. Name the crisp. Robert Carlyle. Thank you, Gillian. Always can depend on this guy. Is that a Quaver? Is it a Pom Bear? Is it a Space Raider? I'll give you a top 10 in a minute because it has tightened up. It has tightened up quite significantly. I had a continental breakfast this morning, says Paul. Those tyres taste disgusting. Best one of the night. Actually, the best one of the night. That's right. That was a Brosnan one, yeah. Love Brosnan. I absolutely love him as James Bond, actually.
Quavers as 90.5.
Okay, so 10th is Charlotte's Evil Twin Carlet. In 9th is Team Thrasher. 8th are Foxes Over Canaries. 7th is Tommy Tanks. 6th is Jack Bartley. 5 is the Asterix. 4th is Churchill. 3rd is Kaz. The Wainfleet Herbans with a Z just behind Mark Demon. It is closed up quite considerably. So Brosnan. Absolutely. I love Brosnan. So, well, my friends, my time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. It's the opening line of a Lionel Richie hit from '83. But what is the title of the song? Is it All Night Long? Hello? Dancing on the Ceiling or Stuck on You? Yeah. Please tell me what your favourite Bond is on the chat here because I put a James Bond round there for Michelle, so I hope she's with us. But who is your favourite Bond? Mine is Timothy Dalton. Probably followed by Sir Roger, and then Pierce. Probably then Sean Connery, and then maybe Daniel Craig, and then the other chap, Australian chap at the end. Can't remember his name. That's bad, isn't it? It's All Night Long as 57.1% of you said. God, what was his name? What was the chap who did one? Come on.
The one who did No Time to Die?
No, One of Majesty's Secret Service, which is very underrated, the film, but I just don't like him as Bond. Oh, God. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and look across the water. It's taken from the song Valerie, a hit for both the Zootons and Amy Winehouse. But in which year did the Zootons release the original version of the song? It's 2007, 2006, 2008, or 2005. Oh, God, what is his name? What is his name?
If anybody can tell Dad his name, that would be very appreciated.
Oh, my mind has gone tonight. It is 2006. George Lazenby, of course. 23.8% if you've got that is 2006 when the Zootons first released Valerie. I actually saw the Zootons live in Hull in about 2005, and I think they did that hit then before it was actually released. But yeah, very good, excellent saxophonist. Yes. Right, you must be a girl with shoes like that. She says she knows me well. So I'm not singing these because then it'll give it away. It's the opening line to which Fratelli's song released in 2006? Is Mistress Mabel, Henrietta, Chelsea Dagger, or Whistle for the Choir? GoldenEye, yeah, great game. Have you downloaded it yet for the Game Pass? God, it's almost unplayable nowadays. But I seem to remember on N64 with the stick in the middle, it's much easier. Pierce, Daniel, then George. You see, Daniel Craig, I like his films, but he ain't my Bond. He ain't my Bond.
Why?
It's Chelsea Dagger is 61.9% of you said because he just I want it to be a bit more rugged, my Bond. I want him with a bit that's why I like Dalton because he's not in control, is he? He's like, oh, I'm Timothy Dalton.
No,
No, he isn't. Yeah. He's got a smooth chest. I like Sean Connery's big hairy chest.
Oh, that
This
one.
thing called love, I just can't handle it, is the opening line on Crazy Little Thing Called Love. A swing hit originally released in 1979 and then covered in the 2000s. Who had a hit with this song on the second occasion? Is it Jamie Cullum, Leon Jackson, Michael Bublé, or Ray Quinn? So that was a very wordy question, but basically, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, who covered it in the 2000s? James Norton would be mine. Good call, Jack. Everything or Nothing is the best game, closely followed by Nightfire. Oh, yeah, some classics there. I actually remember playing the it is Michael Bublé. The World Is Not Enough and Tomorrow Never Dies on the PlayStation. They were actually really good games. Actually, vastly underrated. Got absolutely slammed. I seem to remember, but really fun. But I'm just talking a load of rubbish. You'd probably think they're rubbish, but I liked them because they actually interspersed film clips. Then it like zoomed you in to the game. Jealousy, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis. Is that Beetlebum, Wonderwall, Somebody Told Me, or Mr. Brightside?
Can I just say, how is what's it? Rugged, more rugged than Taylor Craig?
Who's more rugged?
No,
Dalton.
no.
Sir Rogers, and I know Sir Rogers, and he's the
It's just
smoothest man in the world.
Weird man.
Sir Rog?
Yeah,
No.
Two play
No,
and a lust for
I disagree
people 30 years.
no,
younger.
no. Sir Roger was playing the character, Sarah.
And
If you
she's in dreadful.
no, you're wrong. Anyway, if you rob a minstrel, do you get to keep the loot? Said Paul. Oh my god. Name the film from this poster. So we're into the final round now. Still a lot to play for. I think there could be a change in the leader. Is that Independence Day, The Martian, 2001: A Space Odyssey, or Alien? I went for a drink with the Beach Boys last night. It was all right until I asked whose round it is. Whose round it was. Oh, get around. Oh god. Oh no. Right. Anyway, so name the film from the poster. That is Alien, as 81% of you said. Just to give you a quick update, first and second, there's still a chance that could switch around, but it would take quite a swing now. But third through to all the way down to 10th, it is literally anyone's game. My daughter asked me what it was like to have kids, so I interrupted her every 11 seconds until she cried. Name the film from this poster. Is that Pumpkinhead, Halloween 2, Scream, or Friday the 13th? Thought Aliens is the best of films. Oh, Julian, you and me, we need a good old drinking session. I think we're on the same wavelength. Now, I always thought Aliens was my favorite film of all time. Tied for Die Hard, as you probably know if you've watched a few of these quizzes. But I watched Alien probably a couple of years ago. I was like, actually, is this better than Aliens? And I still don't know. And I still don't actually know which is better. Aliens is a classic action film. I think actually I prefer the shorter theoretical cut, even though it doesn't have the bit in the corridor. But Alien is so tight horror film. I don't know. Aliens has got the quotes, and actually thinking about it, just thinking about the film Aliens, I want to stick it on right now. So maybe Aliens is better than Alien. Okay, name the film from this poster. Is that The Exorcist, Citizen Kane, The Omen, or Rosemary's Baby? Since the Muppets, Kermit has become a recluse and lives in a cave. He's now Hermit the Frog. I mean, that's really lame. Really awful. Paul's literally, I mean, he's spammed us with jokes so much tonight that I've missed half of them. And he's literally dredging the Skegness waterway. These the jokes are now. That is The Exorcist, 71.4%. And that was really the last chance for the Waynfleet Hermans to catch up with Mark Demon. Who obviously
is he smashing it again?
I think they thought that was Citizen Kane. A little bit worrying. That's one of the most famous films of all time, the most famous posters of all time. Of course, that's The Exorcist. And 71.4% of you said. I put Citizen Kane there because I thought people might think it's black and white. Citizen Kane. Name the film from this poster. Is that The Neverending Story, Willow, The Goonies, or Labyrinth?
Oh, classic.
I have taken up meditation. Well, it's better than sitting around doing nothing, says Paul. That's better. You're back on form. Okay, I think it's been a really good quiz, actually. I felt quite energized tonight. I won't tell you what happened at the end of the last quiz because no one needs to know, but it was a bit of a downer at the end of the last quiz. that kind of soured me, which is kind of another reason why I've done one 2 weeks later. Of course, that's the Goonies, and that's them climbing out at the end, I believe, after getting the treasure. We still have a fight for third, very tight fight for third. Second's pretty much there, and first is done. Parenting is like a walk in the park. Jurassic Park, says Paul. Name the film from this poster. Oh, what's a terribly hard one to finish? Is that Interstellar, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Skyline, or The Fifth Wave? Fifth Wave, that's a rubbish film. I went to see that at the cinema with Paul Maguire. Absolute rubbish. Don't ever watch that film. It sounds great. It sounds like there's like 5 waves of disasters hits the earth. And it's like, oh, that sounds great. 5 disaster films in one. No, it's just absolutely rubbish. That's Interstellar as 9.5%. If you knew, I knew most of you put Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It isn't. And I was meant to get onto one of my really good beers. I just stuck on these standard beers all night. So, Charlotte, we can get me a really good beer, like one of the tall boys, please.
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
Well,
I've successfully hosted a quiz, says this person here. 25 were interested, but only 21 participated. That's a new thing. So let's give you your top 10. In 10th is Tommy Tank with 161 points. In 9th is Jack Bartley. Well done, Jack. A top 10 position for you with 161 points. In 8th is Team Thrasher with 163 points. Actually, in a 3-way tie for 6th. With Foxes over Canaries and Kaz. So well done, all 3 of you. Churchill, who I know does the quiz with Jack, in 5th with 171 points. 4th is this mysterious person that's a load of asterisks, got 176 points. I think that might be Michelle, because she decided that she wanted a spy round. So maybe that's, and she just confirmed it on the old Facebook. So there you go. I knew that before she said that. So that makes me almost like a spy. I am almost like James Bond. I think if I lost this ginger beard, I could probably go for it. I'm ruggedly handsome. In the 3rd is Charlotte's evil twin Carlot with 178 points. In 2nd, long-time winners, but not today, the Wainfleet Herdmans with a Z. And in 1st, the guy who just can't stop winning the Richard Bornberg quiz. No matter what topic I whack up there, no matter how obscure, he wins with 209 points. It's Mark Demon. And we got Vic, who loves the crisp questions. Who is Charlotte's evil twin Carla? If you could tell me, that'd be great. I play with myself and sometimes play with himself or someone else. Oh, Jack. I really wish I hadn't read that comment. Thank you for a fun time, even though I had to guess a lot, says Christine. Enjoy your evening. Night. Okay, night.
Best quiz, says Julian.
Julian says, am I on a crisp hunt? Yes, I will be. I think that was your best quiz, says Julian. Well, spread the word. I think that was good, though, wasn't it? Thank you, everyone, says Herb. A jolly good quiz. And I don't know why they've turned into some Dickensian novel person there, but that's for them to do, isn't it? Churchill, with an asterisk, says Jack. Oh, it is Churchill, not Churchill's. Yeah.
That's the pub you were going to.
Julian says, cheers. Paul laughs a lot. Thank you for the quiz. 100% crisp sources. Crisp scores, says Caroline. The mystery of Carlot continues, says Dan. Thanks again, Richard. Questions were tough this week. Great fun, says Ash. I think I saw a comment a minute ago from Paul. I tried to do touchscreen on this really old Chromebook. That obviously didn't work. That was really good. I wish you could have seen that. Actually, I couldn't do it worse than last time. I didn't, but I didn't do any better, says Paul. I think we all want to know where my mum came, because she ain't in the top 10.
Can I just say, Team Thrasher, 13th. I'll be there again.
Oh yeah, she's on her way again to heaven. She loves it there. Chris Brown was definitely the best. 100 for me too. 100. She got 100. You can't have got 100. That's really awful.
You got
Justina, thank you. Very good. Tricky this time. Thank you for the fun yet again. Hey, no problem, Justina. I'll keep doing them if you keep taking part. So yeah, that's the end of the February quizzes. Paul from 13th. That's all right. February quizzes. And where are we now? So it's probably going to take us all the way up to Easter. So
Ooh, we're away,
I'm
so you'll have to
away
get one
at
in
Easter
before.
on Good Friday. I come back Good Friday, don't I? So
No, Saturday, but
I come back on the Saturday. So it'll probably
You
be.
squeeze a March one.
I might stick a March one in. Shall we do a Sarah's birthday quiz? She'd love that, wouldn't she? What better present for Sarah than a quiz?
Thanks.
Quiz on location, says Jack. Well, I could do one in Whitby, but I think the internet will be absolutely rubbish there. So I don't think I'll
And
bother.
the beer was
And the
too
beer
good.
is actually too good for me to stay in for any night there. So I won't be doing that. I'm sorry. I'm just sticking with you for a minute for anyone who's still watching, because I'm about to taste this one, the Lost Cosmonaut, which is 6% double dry hopped IPA from North Ring, one of my favourite breweries. Jack says I can do it on 4G. Again, we're in Whitby, lucky to get 3G. Paul says we are all watching. That's a lie because 5 have dropped off already, but I know you are, Paul. But anyway, thanks for watching tonight. It's been one of my favourite quizzes,
You
actually.
could go get the free Wi-Fi in that pub chain.
Yeah, I could go lovely spoons and get the free Wi-Fi in there. I ain't doing a quiz in spoons. I mean, imagine it. Imagine a quiz doing a quiz in spoons. There should at least be a YouTube beer club stream. Well, I could do that.
Yeah, we
but
can do that.
I can't. Yeah, I could do that. Should we do that? I'll try. When I'm away in Whitby, I'll try and do a few live videos from one of my favourite pubs in the world, the Green Dragon in Whitby. Incredible.
And
the one, the Abbey and the Arch.
Mhm.
Oh, wow! Oh, and the Whitby Brewery as well. Spoons is high class, says Dan. Well, it's not, is it? It's pretty horrible. But the Spoons is Whitby is all right because you look over the harbour there, and you can have some cheap nachos and enjoy an average beer. It's all right, isn't it? You know, when we were there, the kitchen was closed. Actually, wasn't it? Weirdly.
Did have an issue. That's fine. Rinsey. Oh, teenager on the phone. Go. Run.
Yeah, Charlotte on her 2 phones.
Your
Worrying
phone,
her.
my phone.
So yeah, we're about
Go.
to taste this one, and I'm going to leave you to your Friday nights. 5-star Michelin, all of them. Says that. Yeah, pretty bang on actually. Yeah, so about to try this one, and then I'll leave you to your evenings. Have a good evening. What are we going to do? I'm going to watch a couple of First Dates if I can find them, and hope Ralph is nice and calm for the rest of the evening. What do you reckon?
Susan Coleman.
Susan Cameron's finished.
Oh, Jane.
There's no more Jane either.
Oh,
So,
God. What are we going to do?
Channel 5, probably it'll be 22 Kids and Counting in that song.
Classic.
classic Friday nights at Bournemouth are blooming wild. But of course, tomorrow it's Saturday, and that means Skeggy Town. So I'll be there. Come on down to Skeggy Town. Enjoy. And they do good chips and cheese now. They're not as bad as they used to be. It's the reserves tomorrow, so it won't be great. But that wasn't me farting. That was me moving this around the table.
She's coming.
Paul says he knows. Of course, Paul knows someone who was on First Dates, but not just First Dates. First Dates, the Canada version. I mean, of course you do, Paul. I mean, why couldn't you just know somebody's been on First Dates? Why have you got another can?
She says, "Do you want that one instead?"
Oh,
Northern Monk.
I don't know.
Oh, decisions. Oh,
okay, we'll do this one. Right. We'll change it around because I've had that one before.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
it's all right.
I
This actually, I'll do this one. I'll do this one because it's on offer at Tesco at the minute. That was a boat. On offer at Tesco at the minute. It's called North. It was from their North South thing they did. It's actually brewed by Northern Monk, Overtone Brewing Company, and Neon Raptor. And at the moment, when it came out, it was $3.50, and it's reduced to clear at the moment for $2.20. It's a 7% double dry hopped IPA.
You found North better than South, didn't you?
I did find North better than South when I had to vote, but this is my first proper beer of the evening, if you know what I'm talking about. So there you go. So you can see there, if you can see, I'm a tiny Rebel glass, very cloudy, very gut rot juice, very smelly. So you got there, just mangoes and pineapples and grapefruits and orange peel and just everything. So I don't think I haven't had this one for a long time. It's got a beautiful can. Look at that. I mean, look at that. So yeah, 230 or 220 at Tesco at the moment. She was brutal at the end when they asked if she wanted to see him again. Oh, anyway, so we'll taste this and then I'll bid you adieu. And have a great evening, whatever you're drinking. Jack, I know you'll be about 6 in now by now, so have a good one. Oh, no. I mean, there's 3 beers I've had tonight. What did I give them? 8, 5, 8. Actually, let's tone that down. 7, 5, 6, because that's a beer. If you're in Tesco, pick this bad boy up. North, it's called. It was just brewed for Tesco, I think, rather oddly, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Has that smack of alcohol right at the end as well. I'll be asleep by 9:30. 4 minutes to go. Right. I'll see you all in March sometime. I'll probably whack the date out probably next week, so you're all prepared. Invite your mates down because I've got this one to beat now, and I'm going to try and beat how good that was. That was some good quizzing that was. So I'll see you all then. I'll see you, Mark, if you're still on for another win probably. And have a great rest of February and great mid-March. All right, see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Are you sure you want to win?